As far as attack commands go, there is a lot on this presentation, but I'm just going to give you guys the key points of exactly what they did under this journal article. That is the important information of us to conclude exactly how does this affect, what exactly were they able to find. So they were able to track the DDoS attack commands issued by the Mirai operators, and they were able to run a milker from September 27, 2016 to February 28, 2017 again, that connected the C2 servers found in the binaries and uploaded to their honeypots. Within the service, Mirai infected device communicated with the C2 server using a custom bot to C2 protocol, which was reverse engineered from malware samples prior to the source code being released. And within these authors using this milker, they were able to observe over 64,000 attack commands issued by over 484 unique C2 servers by IP addresses. As far as passive and active DNS go, just in case if you guys do not know what passive DNS is, passive DNS basically just pass record values of DNS. So within this journal and this article, they were able to find that they could leverage the DNS data to map the IP addresses presented in the tagged commands to victim domain names, with both datasets covering the period of August 1st, 2016 to February 28, 2017. Using both passive and active DNS, they were able to perform a DNS expansion to identify shared DNS infrastructures by linking related historic domains and related historic IPs. Within this procedure, they begin with the C set of C2 domains and IPs extracted during reverse engineering of their honeypot binaries. In total, they were able to identify 33 unique DNS clusters, which you can also see those clusters within the journal article that will be in the description box below. As far as the DDoS attack traces, they were able to aggregate the statistics from the providers of credible security and DEN. And these attacks cover over two distinct periods in Mirai's evolution. The IP addresses observed in attacks versus those found scanning over passive network telescopes, as well as to understand the volume of traffic generated by Mirai 1. From one of the attacks, they were able to obtain the history of all the DDoS attacks that targeted Krebs on security from 2012 to 2016, which was a small sample of 12.3 thousand IP addresses related to a Mirai attack on September 21st, 2016. In conclusion, they were able to find that then provided us a set of over 107.5 thousand IP addresses associated with Mirai's attack on October 21st, 2016. With the device composition of Mirai's victims, the Mirai dictionary of default usernames and passwords included routers, DVRs, and cameras, and this source complied to multi-embedded hardware configurations. Within Mirai's intended targets do not necessarily reflect the breakdown of infected devices in the wild. There was the results in the published article results across over 5 protocols indicated that security cameras, DVRs, and consumer routers presented the majority of Mirai's infections. Within this, they were able to see that this is due to the evolution of Mirai's malware over time, which changed the composition of the infected devices. During the rapid growth, the emergence of consumer routers manufactured by Asus, Netgear, etc., they were able to find that within the top 20 devices. An additional confirmation of embedded composition, they were able to examine the bandwidth of infected devices from their scan rate, which is not artificially rate limited by the original source code. Starting with the observed scanning rate and volume on their network scope, they were able to extrapolate across the entire IPv4 internet by factoring in the size of their network telescope, which was 4.7 million IPs, and the size of Mirai's default IP blacklist, which was 340.2 million IPs. Within this, they were able to find about half of Mirai's bots that scanned the network telescopes and fewer than 10,000 scan packets. As far as ownership and evolution goes, Mirai was no different from the other types of malware that it was previously, and they were able to find that at least 17% of Mirai's domains abuse residential trust. This serves as a reminder that although Mirai is unique in many ways, it still shares many common characteristics and threats that came before it. With the DDoS attacks, they were able to find that Mirai bore a resemblance to router services, with some Mirai operators targeting popular gaming platforms such as Steam, Minecraft, and RunEscape. For the type of attacks, Mirai operators issuing 15,194 DDoS attack commands over the course of a 5-month botnet infiltration, excluding duplicate attacks. Within these attacks, it made up 74% of attacks issued by DDoS for higher border services, and only 2.8% of Mirai attack commands relied on bandwidth amplification despite built-in support in Mirai source code. Within the attack targets, they were able to observe over 15,194 attacks issued by 484 CP IPs that overlapped with 24 DNS clusters. In conclusion of our attack targets, the targets were heavily concentrated in the US, France, and the UK, and 3 of the most frequent target victims were Liberia's Lone Star Cell, Sky Network, and etc. As far as the malware high-profile attacks, there were many of them, but these were the basis of the malware attack that was under the published article, which was Crevon Security, then Lone Star Cell, Security Hardening, Automatic Updates, etc. And we're coming to an end to this presentation, so I'm just going to read off this conclusion. So the Mirai botnet composed primarily of embedded and IoT devices and took the internet by storm in 2015 when it overwhelmed several high-profile targets with some of the largest distributed denial of service or DDoS attacks on record. In this work, they were able to provide us a comprehensive analysis of Mirai's emergence and evolution, that the devices it targeted and affected and the attacks it executed. When they were able to find that while IoT devices presented many unique security challenges, Mirai's emergence was primarily based on the absence of security best practices in the IoT space, which resulted in a fragile environment ripe of abuse. As the IoT domain continues to expand and evolve, we hope Mirai serves as a call to arms for industrial, academic, and government stakeholders concerned about the security, privacy, and safety of IoT-enabled world. And right here is just the reference I was able to use. This is a link of how you guys will be able to find the journal article. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. If you have any questions, just go ahead and shoot them below. And you guys have a great day. Bye.